another beautiful Thursday. And you know, when it comes to Thursday's evening, Girl Vibes get to be on your screen. And tonight is going to be a juicy conversation with the girls right here. So do call a friend to tell a friend that Girl Vibes is back. And my name is the one and only Akufi Princess, Mercy B. We are also streaming live on Facebook at ETV Ghana. Make sure you go there and share the link. It is very necessary. Today's topic is every girl, in fact, to be honest with you, do have an ex. So with the influence of an ex into the next relationship, we are going to vibe on that today. So do tell us or share with us your opinion or your experiences. Leave them as a comment on Facebook at ETV Ghana, or you can also WhatsApp them to us on 02022222054. So we'll go for a breather. When we come back, we get to vibe. And don't forget, we'll be serving you with the beauty tips. Kanketia Dunko, next level premium energy drink. Stay and stay. We'll be back to vibe. Yes, welcome back. So as I told you earlier, today we are talking about the influence of past relationships on new ones. And I have with me a relationship coach and a final year student. Yes, she's a girly from the University of Ghana. Hello. She's also an entrepreneur and she has a lot doing in the bucket. And she also gets to let us know what is in there. So let me officially welcome my guest to you. And so I have with me Mrs. Boachua Ajay, yes. And then I also have my sweetheart, my Matilda. Yes. So let's start up with Mrs. Tell us full details of your name and let us get to know more about you. And so after the intro, we'll get to watch our feature. Okay, so yes, sure. Let us know about more about
my name is Mrs. Lydia Boachua Ajay, as Messi said. I work in sales and marketing, but I also do relationship coaching. Okay. I believe in love. I believe that
I love that one.
Everything starts and revolves around love. So I believe in having conversations about love, honest, real conversations, not holding back.
Okay.
And I believe that we can learn from people's experiences without having to make the same mistakes. So that is just
all type of love or true love, Ankasa?
All types of love. It starts from somewhere, then it grows.
Okay, okay. Interesting one. So my sweetheart, my UG student, an entrepreneur. I love your hair, I told you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you have to take me there.
Okay, so I'm Matilda Yeboah, a final year student at the University of Ghana.
Hello.
And then I also run Empire Events and Decor. And for me, I've always been interested in issues of relationship because everything around us boils under relationship. Everything we do in our daily life is all about relationships.
Okay.
So I feel that this is an opportunity for me to express my ideas when it comes to relationship issues in our country and then the world at large.
Okay, so I told you it's going to be interesting right here, so make sure you don't miss this one. Add in your experiences, your opinions on 02022222054, and let's watch our feature for today.
Ever wondered why we act the way we do in our relationships? The way we respond to certain actions from our partner, our expectations towards a partner, down to the traits we are too reluctant to show. They were all molded from what we learned in our past relationships. You could say that our early relationships provide some kind of template for how our current relationships may unfold. The way we experience relationships in our early lives, romantic or not, creates an internal model for how we view relationships throughout our lives. In other words, our past relationships affect everything from our ideas of a relationship to how we are likely to interact with them and how we choose our partners. All in all, what works best is adapting and creating a new, clearer narrative by having a good conversation with your current romantic partner.
So we also streaming live on Facebook at ETV Ghana. Make sure you go there right now and just share the link so all your loved ones can get to, also learn. We've all had our past experiences in relationships and now entering the new one. Are we still going to repeat those mistakes? And what are some of the impacts that we heard that is going to have influence on the new ones that we are going to enter into? And do we even have to, you know, turn in those old characters or old influences into the new one? I have in me a relationship coach, so let me start up with him. Sorry for that. No, let me go to, let me take a little sip. Then we vibe on it. Thanks to Venom Mineral Water for saving me on this one. Now, Mati, Wachua,
Yes.
now you being someone who believes in love, first of all, do we have to send our old influence in relationships into the new one?
I would say that there's always a good and a bad when it comes to relationships. It is not all bad. There are good things that you can take from your past relationship into the new one, and then there are things that are bad that you need to leave in the old one. So there's no hard no or hard yes when it comes to that, but you have to know your limits. You have to know that, okay, this I can transfer, and this I need to just leave back because it's just going to ruin the new thing that I'm starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in this case, is there an ideal time to enter into a new relationship after an old one?
Okay, from one relationship and going into another, everybody is different. Sometimes you're in the relationship and it's over, but you're just in there hanging on, hoping that things pan out, or
to get
somebody, yes, you are just, you know, so with something like that, you might not need as long a time to get over the person and move on into the new relationship. But then there are those that you were really not expecting it to end yet, and then it just like out of nowhere, which, well, is never out of nowhere. You see the signs. It happens. The other person asks for a breakup, and you might be really hit. So depending on how the breakup happens, you might move on sooner than later. But more importantly, you need to heal before you move into another relationship. Otherwise, you might mess it all up when you're not ready for the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me come to Matilda. I love the fact that she is, you know, a student, so she gets to talk for all the young ladies,
Yeah.
all of us, in fact, for myself and then, you know, all the ladies out there. Now, I want to know your honest opinion. Mati, do you think there should be a certain period, you know, of time before you enter into a new relationship after the old one?
Okay, for me, ideally, if you are from a past relationship to a new one, there's no need for an ideal time to get into a new relationship.
Okay.
You just have to be more introspective as an individual to analyze yourself. Are you emotionally ready for a next relationship? Are you mentally ready? When you look at yourself physically, are you okay to get into a new relationship with another person? All these are conditions that, as an individual or as a young lady, you are supposed to sit down and analyze before you
Okay.
get into a new relationship.
Okay, so let's say, for instance, I'm from an old relationship. Do I have to, you know, have an influence? Should the old one have an influence to the next one that I'm going into?
Okay, sometimes there's a possible influence.
Okay.
For instance, if you're coming from a more toxic relationship, the influence that you are going to perceive your next partner as a toxic person is higher compared to if you don't have any experience of that such. So most times it's up to you, the individual, to think through and then be able to understand that, okay, this is a new relationship that I'm going into. What are the possible effects? What are the possible things that I should look out for so that I'll be able to avoid them? And then most times, the past always come back to us because the present that we are always living is as a result of what we learned yesterday
Of course.
or our experiences that has occurred in the past. So there's a possible influence in that sort, but then you have to sit down and analyze, as I said earlier, to be able to know the effects.
Okay. Now, talking about the effects, I know we have good effects. Definitely there will be. And then there will be the bad ones. Let's take it from the good side of it. What are some of the good impacts or influence that we can send from our old relationships into the new ones?
Okay, I think that old relationships give us perspective. It helps us to know what we don't want, what we want, where we want to go to, and all that. So in a good way, when you move from one relationship into another, it helps you to keep things in perspective. Decide that, okay, here I am, this didn't work out, I have this now, how can I make this work? What can I do so that this doesn't end like the past one. Those are good things that you can bring from your past relationship into the new one. Also, sometimes your partner might have told you, oh, Messi, when you do this, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Or Messi, you do this and I really love it. You can carry that into your new relationship because human beings are usually the same. So whatever was working there, you can bring it here, communicate with the person you're with. Okay, this is how I am. It also gives you perspective into who you are from the other person's point of view. You can discuss with your partner. If it works for you in that relationship, you carry it along. So it's not all bad. A relationship not working out is not all bad. There's a lot of silver lining in that.
Marty, do you agree on this one? I saw you nodding.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's true. Most times, issues of this sort comes to play, and then you just have to sit back and then be able to understand what you're getting into, to understand your partner well, so that you can align your belief systems and then your values to be able to progress and build a healthy relationship.
Now, before I move on to the bad influences that we send into our new relationships, I want to know, is it okay to discuss your exes with your new lover or your new boyfriend? Since you are the coach, I'll come to you later. Let me get to know, the mere idea of we the young ladies out there. Mati.
Okay, I think most times it's not necessarily important to discuss your past relationship because there's a reason why it's in the past, and then you always, in our daily life, you always need to learn, unlearn, and then relearn certain things. So it's imperative for us to be able to understand our new partner, not us to compare whether the person is a good person or the person is a bad person, or the way you were treated in your former relationship, how is it even going to have an effect? So I don't think it's ideal for like a woman or a man to discuss your ex. They are past, they are gone. So it's up to you to see the future and build something with them, not necessarily compare them.
Okay, so you don't have to discuss them at all?
You don't even have to discuss them. Yeah, you discuss it with your friends or other people, not with your partner. Because
why is it so?
Because there can be sense of insecurities. Let's say your ex used to send you out to places, and then your new ex is not doing that. So you are trying to bring it into the conversation. There's a possibility of your partner thinking that, okay, do you have a tendency of going back to your ex? It brings that kind of insecurities. So I don't think it's even necessary to bring up any discussions.
But don't you also, think that it may put him in checks? He knows this didn't work here, so let me not do it because he doesn't, like this. This person tried and she had to move on. I feel in a way it's okay to talk about it. What do you also think of it, Pachwa?
Okay, I think why would you want to discuss?
Yes, your ex with your new partner.
It depends on where you're coming from.
All right.
So if it's not to make comparisons, like she said, or to say that my ex did this, you're not doing this, but more like to learn, to say that, okay, this is what happened in my past relationship, and because of that, I'm on guard. So I would prefer that you do this. If you are bringing it in, that your partner is a human being. If Messi, your partner discusses his ex with you, won't it put some doubts in your head? So in the same way, when you could bring it up, but you should be intelligent about it. You should be emotionally intelligent about it, so that your ex is not put on edge. Like, are you still into your ex? Your partner is not put on edge.
You still have him in mind.
Yes, so you can bring it up in a form of learning, or just, a memory. Oh, we once went here. just in passing, but not to table it like, hey, let's sit down. My ex
talk
did
about
so
him.
and so, and I really loved it. And it's like you're hyping him. He might think that, like Matilda said, you are still into him. So you need to be careful how you bring it up. But it's okay to bring it up once in a while. And sometimes, healing might not completely happen before you enter the next relationship. There might be some things that still, so you can't, it's somebody that you love and you trust, so you can discuss some of your issues with a person.
Okay. That was our beauty tips for today. Kanketi Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. Just in case you're having a party and you want a good vibe, make sure you buy Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink in bulk, to party with. In case you're working and you lose more energy, buy yourself a Donko Nest Level Premium Energy Drink. For bulk purchase, make sure you call them on 020-4898-698 or 059-2610-898. A Donko Nest Level Premium Energy Drink, no limit. And tonight we are vibing with a beautiful relationship coach and my sweet entrepreneur. We are talking about influence on old relationship into the new ones, and we are learning a lot. We are also streaming live on Facebook at ETV Ghana, and very soon I'll be reading your messages from there, and also on 020-222-2054. That's our WhatsApp number. You can leave your opinion right there, and we all get to learn. Okay, so before the break, I was asking a question that, you know, when you're not over the relationship, or when you want to, you know, separate yourself from this old person, and then you get, like, he's actually in your face. You get to see him at work. He's your colleague, or in your neighborhood because he's your neighbor. How do you do that? How do you move on? And we are having a relationship coach here, so I'll go to her, and then we'll get to learn. What you are?
Yes. Mercy.
I see this person like every day,
Every day.
every weekday.
Yeah.
From Monday to Friday,
Friday.
because he's a colleague.
Yeah. And you can't hide from him because you have to be at work.
Especially when he happens to be someone that you work one-on-one with.
Yeah. So
How do you separate yourself from such a
I think
person?
in a situation like that, you need to do the hard work.
Okay.
Because the other person might even try to taunt you with his presence whenever he can. So you have to school yourself that, hey, we didn't work out, but we still have to work together. You have to be professional. You can't lose your job because a relationship didn't work out. So you have to be professional. You have to decide that, okay, I go in, I have to see this person, but it was a relationship, it didn't work out. Now we are moving on, we're all dealing with our lives. Actually, when the person starts dating somebody else, it might really, like, you know, give you some palpitations, but you have to be professional at the end of the day. Your work cannot be compromised. The quality of your work cannot be compromised. So you knew that you were working together. It was not 100% guaranteed. No relationship is 100% guaranteed that it will last forever, not even marriage. So you have to realize that, hey, at this point it didn't work out. I need to be professional. I need to get over him. Whatever you can do for yourself without necessarily being at his mercy, you need to do it so that you can move on.
Move on.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Mati, show us more of the tricks. How do you move on?
Okay, so for me,
If
for
he's
instance,
close.
if he's close, I think as my lady says, it has to do with the mental coaching.
Okay.
You just have to sit yourself down and then educate yourself more.
Okay.
Because this is a situation you can't do without, and there's nothing you can do about it at that instant because it's your work at stake in that instance. So you just have to, you should be able to understand yourself, should be able to close your mind to the person, pretend like the person doesn't even exist.
Hey, but he exists.
Yes, mentally you've closed your mind that, okay, I don't care, I've moved on. Even if you've not truly moved on, just continue affirming to yourself that, okay, you're not the only man on earth, or you're not the only woman around.
yourself.
Just like yourself for the whole thing, because it's something that there's nothing you can do about it. But then I think that if you're able to convince yourself that, okay, even if you're here, I can still move on with my life, then it starts from there, the mental psyche. You should be able to do that.
Hey, are you sure?
Easy.
Yeah, it's
It
not
won't be
easy.
easy.
Because my next question was going to be like, what if you try and it's not working? You know, does it mean you are not over the person at all? Like you still want him, and that you have to go back to him and not move on?
You see, the relationship ended for a reason.
Okay.
So whether you broke up with a person or he broke up with you, it's somebody ended it.
Okay.
And there was a reason why. So till that reason why is dealt with, you don't have to go back because you are not able to move on.
Okay.
Whether the person is in close proximity or not, this is why it ended. Maybe the person didn't want you. You don't need to go back because you still want the person. Then it's not even self-respectful that, you know, like you're begging for love. If you beg for love, you have to beg to keep it. Like you always be at the person's mercy. A love is supposed to be a give and take. You are both supposed to be putting your best foot forward. But if you go back to the person because, hey, I'm really trying to get over you, but I can't, and I have to see you every day, so let's just try and make it work. It won't be the best.
Work.
Yeah. It won't be the best. You'd get more scarred than if you force yourself and move on from the relationship.
Okay, so there's this lengthy message that I can see right here. And you can also keep yours coming on Facebook at ETV Ghana or drop to the WhatsApp number. So let me get to read them, and very soon we'll activate the phone line for you to call and share with us your interesting experiences, okay? So this one says, no matter what, everyone has an ex. Unless you just started dating your first beloved. Is that true? However, with the issue of entertaining exes in a new relationship is not a mature way of leaving your past behind you. I understand that some exes are still good to their former lovers in the sense that being an ex doesn't mean that you are enemies, even though in some cases the enemy factor come into play. This is very lengthy, but I'll read it. There are more questions in there. Most important, don't discuss whatever happened in your former relationship to your current partner, just to prevent insecurities. If you can and you must avoid entertaining exes in a new relationship, it will prevent you from unnecessary comparisons and a scenario preventing you from expressing your love and attention for the current relationship. This is from Israel, Jacob from Clargon. Israel, thank you for your lengthy write-up right here. But there's one thing that he wrote that I want to ask our coach. Must we keep our relations, our exes as friends, or they should be enemies?
They shouldn't be enemies, but it depends on how much you have moved on. Because, like I've been saying, you love this person at a point in time, and you are with somebody else. Even if you are not with somebody else, there are some emotional attachments that you have with a person. So if you are not, you have to do what's best for you. You broke up. If the person broke up with you especially, they did what was best for them. So if friendship is not good for you at this point, like you're not ready, you still have some emotions that you're dealing with, you shouldn't try to make them your friend. And you know, some people will be like, oh, let's be friends. If it's not working for you, please cut them off. Be brutal about it, because you need to guard your heart. Because at the end of the day, you'll be feeling the things you are feeling. And when they walk out again, you'll be the one who have to deal with it. And the most painful part is when they move on to another relationship. And it's like the breakup happens all over again.
Okay.
So do what's best for you.
And there's another interesting question right here. And this one I'll throw it to Matilda. So he says, his name is Nambra. And he says, ladies always say it's not easy to get over your first love, especially the one that breaks your virginity. How true is that? Hey, this is a big question. Thank you, Namba, for bringing this one up. Matilda, is it true?
Okay, I think it's true to some extent.
Okay.
Because it's more like the first time of experiencing something has a whole experience on its own, but then it doesn't mean you can't move past it.
Okay.
In as much as he's your first love or she's your first love, and then you got that intimate with that person for the first time in your life, doesn't mean that the past experiences should come back to haunt you. Actually, you can move past it. Sometimes it's true, you can't forget them, but then the fact that you still hold them dear in your heart shows that, okay, I've moved on, but then it's like I still liked him or her, something like that.
Oh my goodness, our first lovers. When you take our virginity, don't take our minds as part of it too, so that we can get over you when you misbehave. And Nashika says the conversation is very nice. Okay, thank you, Na. And Nanama says, I am enjoying this insightful conversations. Thank you. And this says, Matiti, your brother Kofi is watching you live from Ablekuma. Mehia, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I love you so much. Keep your head up. Thank you. And this says, good. Okay, thank you. And Akosia Sosu is saying, these are really deep conversations, of course. And that's the reason why you need to add in your voice. There are a lot of messages here, but let's quickly go for a break. And when we come, you get to call us and then add in your experiences and your opinions. We'll be back. Back, and our phone lines are activated now. So call us on 0555 657 278 055 5657 278. It's beneath your screen, so pick it up, call me right now, and please don't forget to reduce the volume on your TV set when you call me, okay, so you can hear me properly and then we get to vibe. Okay, I'm still reading your messages whilst waiting for your calls. This says, good evening, I'm Eric and I am really enjoying the show. Today is my first time watching, and so I don't have enough questions to ask. Okay, thank you for watching. Make sure you make a date every Thursday, 8 p.m. And Kobe says, real love is too hard to resist. But every new day, life must move on. He added the heartbreak emoji to it. Oh, Kobe. Kobe, don't worry. From Takrade Beach Road. Okay, thank you, Kobe. And this is, it's not a good idea talking about your ex in an emotional manner, but could be mentioned. Okay, I have a caller, so I'll be back to continue. Hello, caller. Good evening, my dear. Hello.
Yes.
My lady, can you hear me? Your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Harriet.
Okay, Harry, go ahead.
My wife. I had a previous relationship, and when I met the new guy, I told him about everything, like my past relationship. But whenever we have quarrel, like you use it against me. Please, what should I do?
The new one will use the old one against you, eh?
Yes.
Okay, don't worry. Bachua is here. She's a coach, and she will advise you on that, okay? So just, keep your TV here. Bachua, what advice will you give her?
I would say that it's about communication. Sometimes we want a relationship so bad, we are not ready, we are not able to voice out when things are going wrong. And we are like, oh, maybe, especially when we are 30 and, getting old in our mind, we just put up with anything. He's doing something, you don't like it.
Yeah.
Why don't you sit him down, tell him that this and this is what you are doing.
Okay.
And somebody who loves you, who wants to be with you, who wants the relationship to move on, they are going to give an ear to what you are saying. They are not going to insist on bringing the past up. But this is also another cue for us to be careful how much of our past relationship we bring in, how much we share with the other person.
It's true. Okay, I think I have a caller. Good evening. My dear, your name and where are you calling us from?
Please, my name.
Okay, go ahead with your submission.
From Tama.
All right.
Yeah. My name is Tama.
We can hear you, so go ahead. Talk to us.
I just want to tell you that
Oh, it looks like his line is not really clear. We are not. Try again so you can get us, okay? And the numbers are beneath your screen so you can equally pick it and then talk to us. Okay. Hello, caller. Oh, what is happening? Sorry, so keep trying, okay? You get us and then we'll get to talk. So you were advising us on that?
Yes, so I was talking about communication. Yeah. So no matter how much...
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, your name and where you calling us from, please?
I'm calling from Fatima.
Okay. And what question or opinion do you have for us? Go ahead, talk to us.
The love that you are talking about today, love is
It's not easy, eh?
I don't know what to say about love. Love, if I think love today, you have to run away.
Hey, if you see love, you run away.
Yeah, man.
Oh, what did love do to you?
It's not easy. Hey, I was watching this program and I said, hey, love.
Oh.
Yeah, love has taken me to.
Oh.
My name is Otenkapo.
Hey, so he didn't even mention his name.
There is a certain person called, I don't want to mention the reason they gave me example.
Okay.
Hey, my head.
It is well.
Bachua says it as well, okay? So don't worry about love. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't fall in love again, no.
Yeah.
Matilda, I love you. Give her. This is your brother, Kofi.
Oh, Kofi says love is wicked. But I'm interested in Kofi's love is wicked bit. I don't know what love did to Kofi, that Kofi doesn't even want to talk about love. And when he sees love, he will even run away. What at all did love do to Kofi? Okay, so this one says love is something. Hey. Hello, good evening, my lady. Your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, so go ahead, my dear, talk to us.
I just say Matilda. She was my classmate at Abu School.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for watching, Matilda. Is there anything you want to ask?
Not really. I just wanted to say hi.
Okay, all right, thank you. How was your old relationship and the new one?
Pardon?
How was your old relationship and then the new one?
My old relationship was worse, but this new one, I just love it.
Hey, really? Then good. Lucky for you. Love is treating you well now. Unlike Kofi. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
All right. So, Shika says, this question there, is something, no. Which of the questions is not trying to talk about? And this is, okay, let me move to this one right quick. And of course, okay. Good evening. Good evening, caller. Oh, please reduce the volume on your TV set, okay? So Sue says, let's go, Mrs. Lydia Ajay, okay? So they are giving Mrs. funds. And Anita Boatin says, Mrs. Nye, hey, our coach. Okay, you're taking all the funds today. Interesting, I'm loving it right. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening, my dear. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, this is Ellie calling from Tema.
All right, Ellie, go ahead. Talk to us.
Okay. I had a relationship and, like, she always talks about his ex.
She's talking
And when,
about her
like,
sweet ex.
Yeah, so when I complain, and she'll be like, it's not anything. Like, it's normal to her anytime I complain.
She feels it's normal when you complain.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry. Bachua is here. Matty is also here. Okay. Matty, first of all, let me go to Matty. What advice will you give him? Okay. Is it like the lady is not over the ex? This one, that's how I feel. I feel the lady is still not over her ex.
I think it has to do with what is happening in the current relationship,
Okay.
and then what are the lady's expectations. Because where there are no where the expectations are not well discussed, that is where the problem comes. Because sometimes we are trying to change our ex into a new partner. Okay. We want whatever qualities that was in our ex, we want it in our new partner. So that is where the question comes in and the problems also arises. So it has to do with the expectation. He should try and then talk to her more. Maybe if there are certain things that she has to adjust or he also has to compromise with, they can work it out.
Okay. Yeah. Final.
I think
what advice?
Yeah, it's also about maturity.
Okay.
Yeah, it's out of his hands to a large extent unless you communicate with the person, but they need to discuss. It's about the other person's maturity. She might not be having her expectations met, like Matilda said, but how is she communicating it? And that is why it is so important to heal or get over your ex before you move on into a new relationship. Otherwise, you might end up ruining a perfectly good relationship that could have ended in marriage just because you weren't over your ex and you were still holding on to him, or and then you transfer it into your new relationship and you ruin something good.
Okay, I think I have a caller. Hello, good evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, your name and where are you calling me from?
Good evening.
Good evening. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, my name is Francis.
Okay, Francis.
Don't go there from Adan East.
Oh, wow. Okay, my dear, go ahead. Talk to us.
My first date is very, very terrible.
Oh.
Only this evening I was writing
You're also writing a book, eh? Are you writing a book?
I just hoping that they didn't say to see you discuss about this thing. So I'm very appreciative.
Thank you.
Man, now they just give me an SMS that we are no more. So I make my mind. So now we just that nothing again.
Nothing again.
So I appreciate your program.
Thank
May God
you.
bless you a lot.
And thank you. God bless you too for watching every Thursday, 8 p.m.
Thank
Do
you
make a
very
date,
much.
okay? We get to help you to, shape everything. Asemo.
Yeah.
People are writing books. And these books things, is it okay to write your past relationships into books? Do we have to write them? I have a caller, so I'll be back. Hello, good evening. Okay, this is going to be my last caller, so we get to talk more. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, my last caller. Your name and where are you calling me from?
Kobe calling from Takale.
All right, Kobe, Tamale. Oh, wow. All the way from the north. Talk to us.
Yeah, good evening. How are you? I'm Kobe calling from Takale, Pitman.
It's Takrade rather. Okay.
Okay. I want to ask Miss Lydia something.
Kobe, can you come again?
Oh.
I wanted Kobe to be my last call, but it looks like Kobe's line is not favoring him. So Kobe is going to be my last caller, and I get to wrap up from there. And so I was asking, and my time is up already. And let me use this one as my last question, and you use it as your last voice. Writing your past relationship experiences into books and making them public. I'm asking this based on what is trending. You also want to but I don't want to mention it. Is it okay to write your past relationship and make them public? Put them out there.
I think it depends on what you're trying to communicate, and then the situation at hand. Maybe you're just trying to put it out there to educate other people, to help other people to also overcome certain obstacles or avoid certain problems in the future. So if that is the reason, I think it's not really bad, because it has to be like the highlight of your life that you want to educate to other people so that it can benefit them in the long run.
Okay, that is great. All right. My coach, you are a relationship coach, so I know you're an expert. Now, if my ex didn't treat me well, do I have to put it out there for people, for friends, family, everyone to know?
Okay, I think because of what I do, and then believing in having conversations about these things and people learning from your mistakes, I think there's nothing wrong with putting it out there, but it depends on how you put it out there. If you're going to mention somebody's name, that I was with Mercy and we did this, we didn't do this, you have to seek Mercy's consent. There's that aspect of it. You have to give her that regard, like, hey, I'm going to mention your name, but if I'm not going to mention your name and nobody knows that it's you I'm referring to, then I can go ahead and write whatever I want. But if I'm going to mention your name, that this is what we did, this is what we didn't do, then I need to seek your consent. But at the end of the day, our experiences shouldn't end with us. People need to learn from it, because what's the point of having 16 heartbreaks if you can't give any lesson to anybody out of it? It's wasted. So share,
and
let people learn from it.
You are getting the 16 heartbreaks. Don't you also think you're also a problem? Yeah. About time. This Saturday, that's just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You that you're also, getting the heartbreaks. Don't you think you're also a problem? If you're a lady and you're getting too much heartbreaks, or you are having lots of body count. Are you not also having an issue? Or are you also not the problem?
That should speak to you. And that's why you need to heal before you move into a new relationship.
Because
that's what you might run into something without assessing yourself. You don't want to be alone. Some people just are against being alone. So
that's also the
by all
biggest
means,
problem.
they want to be in a new relationship without healing, without asking themselves, what went wrong? What could I have done better? What can I do better in the next one? And then you go and ruin something good. There are some people that have exes who should have been their husbands and their wives. But because they didn't take their time, they didn't heal from the past, they just ruined it. So it's you need to, after a breakup,
and
every breakup,
you need to get about her.
Yeah, after every breakup, you need to sit down and assess what happened. And I mean, my final words would be that not every relationship will end in marriage, but not every relationship should also end in a breakup. Exactly. So take your time. If things are going bad, somebody's red flag shouldn't be your red flag. Exactly. So take your time. See if it's not killing you. If it's something that you can work through it. Yeah.
Okay, Mati, your final words.
Okay, for me, when it comes to relationship, I think everybody should be able to know what is good for them, what they want, and where they want, how far they want to go with somebody. Because if you don't know how far you want to go with somebody in your future, you would make a lot of mistakes. So when you outline all the things that you consider very important to you, you'll be able to patch up with every problem that you encounter in your relationship, and you grow out of it and then make it healthy for you.
Okay. All right, nice one. So Shana Shito says that you say thank you. I don't even want you ladies to go because of time, okay? This is for you.
Okay,
and Martin, this is also for you.
Thank you.
It's actually the delicious shito in town right now. So please, if you're enjoying your jollof, make sure you enjoy with Shana Shito. If you're having a party at home and you need, pepper sauce, the black pepper sauce, the delicious one with mushrooms and, shrimps and all the delicious details in there. Make sure you call Chanashito on 0244 4481 80 or 024097 4461. And so we say thank you and have a good night. My name is Mercy B, the one and only Akufi Princess. Thanks to my crew. We love you for watching.